Hello friends and welcome to my channel. I be all listening developer. So like you all know that from previous videos we have started a new C++ series in which I will be telling you all the things about C++. Means it will be a full course from scratch for beginners if they are starting. So this will be our second video on this amazing tutorial series, and in this video we will be getting started with C++. Getting started means that we will be starting with C++. We will be seeing that how we can write a starting code of C++, what is the good text editor to use C++ or to write the code of C++, and how to run C++ and how to use it online. All the things I'll be telling you in this video about C++ which a beginner want to learn. So if you understand this video and if you enjoy this amazing getting started video of C++, remember to hit a like to this video, and if you're new on this channel want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell, so from that you will be not missing any of my future video on this series through my channel. So now share this video as well with more people so they can learn about these amazing things of C++ and different languages. So what we are waiting for, let's move computer screen now and let's get started. So now here we on the computer screen, like I've told you in the start that today we'll be starting with C++ and we'll be seeing that what are the important things in C++, how to write the first code of C++ in text editor, and we will be also seeing that what are the IDEs, means what are the important IDEs, which means like environment, or you can say text editor, which are the important text editor in C++. So now let's get started with this amazing C++ video here. So now first of all we are getting a heading of C++ get started, obviously because we are getting started with C++. Then after that we are getting here to start using C++ you need two things. So first is that a text editor like Notepad to write C++ code, then a compiler like GCC to translate the C++ code into a language that the computer will understand. Now we have to understand these two things which are really important. First is that if you want to start with C++, so obviously you will need a text editor like Notepad or any other. You can use VS Code, Atom, or many various text editor are available. You can use any of that. So after that, here we are getting another thing which is saying that a compiler like GCC. So what is GCC? Basically GCC is a thing which is used to translate a C++ code into a language, and we have to install it from Google. So if you want to use C++ in your operating system, so you can install GCC to translate the C++ code into a language that the computer will understand and show you the output on the terminal. But we will be not going in too much depth, like we will be not installing the things from Google like GCC to translate the C++ code, or like the things you can say a text editor, we don't have to install it. So we will be starting the C++ online in an online environment or online IDE which is called Replit. Like if I move to this C++ install IDE, so it is saying me that an IDE integrated development environment is used to edit and compile the code. Means an IDE is used to edit and compile the code, which is the simple thing. Popular IDEs include Code, Block, Eclipse, Replit, and VS Code, and from all of these IDEs I will be using Replit. And why I choose Replit, it is a question. I choose Replit because Replit provides all the things in it. Means you don't have to install anything, you don't have to like install GCC to translate the code, you don't have to install the text editor to means it will take too much time. So we can start with Replit because you don't have to install Replit. C++ will be automatically installed. But not only the C++, you can use different languages in Replit, like you can use Python, JavaScript, HTML, you can use C#, MySQL, SQL. So you can use different backend and frontend languages in Replit text editor. So that is why I'm choosing Replit. So it will be easy for a beginner if they are starting with C++, so they don't need to install any library or like any text editor or any GCC to translate the code. And the best thing about this Replit text editor is that like if you don't have any library of C++ installed, it will be automatically installed when you will be writing the name of that library, which is really amazing thing. That's why I'm just giving you a suggestion that you should also be using this Replit text editor, which will be helping you to write your code easily, and it will be also helping you to install all the libraries and all the things correctly and in a different way. So if I move down, so here we have written these all free, they can be used to both edit and debug C++ code. But Replit is not free, means you have to purchase it. But you can start with the free trial, and in free trial you can create 3 repls So you can use any of your email address to sign in the Replit, and after that you can use it free, and you can create 3 REPLs in that. Or if you don't want to use it, so you can use some offline text editor like VS Code, Codeblog, Eclipse. These are also available, but I will prefer you to use Replit. You can use 3 REPLs, and you can also change the name of one REPL again and again to use it many times. After that, we are getting one node which is say web-based IDEs can work as well, but functionally is limited. Means we can use Replit, which is a web-based IDE, but it work well. It is not having too much functions in that. But we are a beginner, means we are starting with C++, and we need to know some things about C++. So that is why we will be not needing too much functions. But when we are moving to intermediate or advanced level, then we will be needing too much functions in C++, which after that we'll be changing text editor and we'll be shifting to VS Code or Eclipse, which will be providing the C++ more good. Then if I move down, so here we are getting a C++ quick start. So now it is saying is that let's create our first C++ file. You can open code block, means you can open any text editor you want to. Just it is example of code block here. If you want to download, you can download this. But now what I'm going to do is I will be creating one REPL in my Replit text editor. So I will be moving on to my Google browser, and here I will be writing as Replit. After writing this Replit, I've already created a REPL here. I will be signing it with my email, so I can show you that how you can also sign in. I've created a dummy email here. I will be signing with that, so I can show you that how you can also sign in. Just you can press login, then you can select any of your email. I've selected a random email from here, and then after selecting email here, you can just press login, and after login it will take some time to load, and it will be logging you in your Replit. And after logging in that, you can select any of your REPL. You can create REPL by pressing this create REPL, but I have already created the REPL, so I'll be using this contact book app REPL. I will be just changing its name, and today we are just covering up a project. Sorry, not the project, we are covering up a tutorial video, so I will be giving the name as getting started with C++ like this, and I will be pressing this deploy REPL, or you can press enter as well. After pressing enter, you can see the name has been changed to getting started with C++, and after that I'll be removing all the things which I have already added in this file here, and we'll be writing first code here of C++, and we'll be saying how to start C++ here. So now what I'm going to do is I'll be moving to my file, and you can just see I've written one example, my first program.cpp file. You can create it normally if you're using any offline text editor like VS Code or Codeblog or Eclipse. Then we have written include IOStream using namespace std init main count hello world, which is the first C++ code. So what I'm going to do is I'll be copying this code here, and I'll be pasting it in my Replit here. And after pasting this, I will be simply running this to check what output we are getting here is. So I'll be pressing Control Enter, or you can press the run button as well. You can just see now the output which we are getting is hello world, means that our first code of C++ is successfully running in our online environment, which is really good. So I hope you understand that how we can start with C++ and what is the first code of C++ you can use to run your output, or you can run the C++ and you can see the output which we are getting. You can give any of the thing here, not only hello world, you can give your name as well, like I'm giving my name like this, but hello world is the first code, and that is why I've written hello world here. Plus run again. After pressing run, you can see I'm getting my name here on the output, means our C++ code is successfully running. Now I will be just moving on to my file again, and it is saying me that don't worry if you don't understand the code above, we will discuss it in detail in later chapter. For now, focus on how to run the code, which is really good thing. I'm just saying you that don't worry if you don't understand this code. Like if you don't understand anything from this code, like how init main works, how include IOStream work, how using namespace std works, how return 0 works, if you don't know about these things, so don't worry about, because this is only our second video on this tutorial series. We'll be covering up really amazing videos moving on this amazing channel. So remember to stay tuned so you can learn about everything which I have written in this small code here. Like you all know how we have written hello world, like it is a really, you can say a really amazing thing, or a really popular thing as well. Like many people use hello world to write their first code in Python, in HTML, in C++, in every language which you are starting with, like in JavaScript as well, I will say. So these are programming languages, and I've written one, I've get one image as well of code block, so you can just see how we have written a first code of C++ in our code block text editor. You can say right here the same code in any offline text editor you are using, like VS Code or CodeBlock or Eclipse or any other. Then here we are getting then go to build and run to run execute the program. The result will look something to this: hello world, process return 0, execution time like this. You will be getting whole running code here, or whole output you will be getting like this if you are using offline text editor. But if you're using online text editor, so simply you will be getting the output like this we are getting in Replit. So if I move down, so here you can just see we are getting learn C++, or you can say learning C++, where I've written learning while C++ AWT school. You can use our try it yourself. You can use try it yourself as well, and you can write all the codes by your own self to get the result or output of C++. So I hope you understand that how you can start with C++, what are the text editors to use C++, and how to translate C++ code into a language if you're using an offline text editor of C++. But in this whole tutorial series, we will be using online environment in a start, but when we are moving to intermediate or advanced level, like if we need more functionality, so we will be then shifting to offline text editor like VS Code or any other, so we can use different functionality as well, which we are getting in C++. So I hope you understand this amazing video in which we have written our first code of C++. We have seen that what are the important text editors, what is IDE. Then we have also seen that how like C++ code is written, how we can run C++ code to get the output, and all the different things. So if you have understand and if you enjoy this video from start, so remember to hit a like, and if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like that, so remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. So just I'll be meeting you in next project with more amazing things and more amazing tutorials. So for today, goodbye.